Take a look at this right here. This is a close-up of Hakeem Jeffries here. Check this out. Can't make this up.
In the new Congress, we're going to have to do something about this Supreme Court. And let me be very clear. Everything is on the table. Everything to deal with this corrupt MAGA majority that is issuing political opinions that are designed to bolster the prospects of the Republican Party, and we will not allow them to succeed.
Heard my dogs there in the back.
Can you believe that? He was on a podcast there. He was on a podcast talking about this stuff, this nonsense right there. And then this is following actually, this is Donald Trump True Social right there. And I said, oh my gosh, Donald Trump, he's going after these guys. He's going after these guys for real. Let me make sure you get a close up on this so you can get a better look at it here. That's a close up of it right there. What does it say here? It says here, and this is on True Social here. It says here, Hakeem Jeffries, a low IQ individual who said the Supreme Court is illegitimate. After saying such a thing, isn't he subject to impeachment? I got impeached for a perfect phone call. Where are the Republicans? Why not get it started? They'll do this to me? President Donald J. Trump, guys, this is unbelievable. Trump is telling them to get it going. He's calling on them. Timu, yeah. Oh, wait, guys, you're definitely here, guys. It's so crazy, though. But I want to make sure we understand what's going on here, guys. This actually followed actually what was going on the 29th, on the Supreme Court ruling here, it made that huge 6-3 decision, guys. Oh my gosh, can you imagine that? He is so upset, and so are the other Republicans, guys. Louisiana made the voting map with 2 districts where most voters were black, and that set the whole thing off. It seems like Trump knew this maybe had been coming. I was watching a little stuff. He knew it was coming, but the Democrats, boy, I think that Virginia thing got him. That Virginia thing, they were so laughing and got it. Oh, AOC, everybody was just laughing, being all happy and stuff. And then all of a sudden, Project 25 kicked in. It kicked in so hard. Can you believe this, guys? I can't. I can believe it because we've seen this over and over again, time and time again. They just let us down. But who am I, guys? I want you to know who I am before we get into this because I am getting so excited. I'm going to play with my little toys while I do this too. This is so exciting here, but I want to make sure we see the next one that we got going on as well in this one here because it's something else I want to show you also that happened right before this right here, calling illegitimate going on here. This is surprise Trump here saying, what? I want to make sure we put this up. Check this out. Listen to Trump. He's like, what? What's going on here?
Haven't seen it.
When did it come out? Just now?
No, it came out this morning, but basically very much narrows the Voting Rights Act.
Was it considered a win for
a
who?
win for Republicans?
I love it.
But my question...
This is a very good... We can end this news conference right now. I want to read it.
My question for you, Mr. President, is that some Republican governors have not responded in terms of what they're going to do. I guess early voting, for example, in Louisiana.
Republican governors what?
Republican governors.
What about it?
Early voting begins Saturday there, for instance. Should they redraw the map in the next couple of
I would. I mean, it depends. I mean, some states don't need to redraw, and some do.
So this is the big thing. As I said before, the 6-3 ruling, and now all of this is going down. That's a map of Mississippi, M-I-S-S, I-S-S, humpback. Oh my gosh. Look at that, guys. Isn't how red that is? It's completely red. No specks of blue anywhere. That's just the example of what's going down right now. That's the actual example that's going down everywhere. Can you believe that, how red that is? That is totally red. So this is President Trump saying, hell yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Fight. But before this all took place, and this is what's going on, that's the right. This is the left here. This is Hakeem Jeffries, him with the Black Caucus. Oh, it's small, and it's going to get smaller. It's definitely going to get smaller in this. It's totally going to get smaller in this.
Now, when this decision came out earlier today.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me start over again.
It's an unacceptable decision by this illegitimate Supreme Court majority.
You already said illegitimate.
Strikes a blow against the Voting Rights Act and is designed to undermine the ability of communities of color all across this country to elect their candidate of choice. But we're not here to step back. We're here.
You know, I just want to see where he said illegitimate. I want to stop it there. But you know what? You seem like I'll be upset. But I'm looking at these districts, guys. These districts that these politicians are in, they're getting richer, but they have not approved. I cannot find or think of anyone telling me of a district that these politicians are in. They have made it better. They have not made it better. They've made it worse or just kept it just being a cesspool of what it is. People leave their districts when they make it. They don't stay. I know it's a tall order and everything from the other side, and I hear it all the time. But these people are not changing anything. They're not making anything. These the blue people. The people living in these blue cities and blue counties and blue representatives here. They moved to red counties. Red cities, red counties, red towns, and they don't look back when they get there. So this is the part of Hakeem Jeffries here, and it's all that's going here. So as they say, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So in this case, I kind of have it right here. But this is what's going on here. This is the showdown right there. Make sure I square that up right there. Make sure you get a good look right there. These two right here. I'm going to get a good close-up look at them. Look at these two guys right there. Bam, right there. That's what you got. You got Speaker Johnson should expel or censor Hakeem Jeffries from calling the Supreme Court illegitimate. This is right here. This is the two people right there in the House of Representatives right there. Speaker Mike Johnson needs to get Hakeem, Dollar Store, Jeffries, and have them get checked, because what's going to happen, they're going to check Trump. They're going to truly check Trump. So we need to make sure we get that done as soon as possible. And I love the idea of doing that. But you know what? So many people here, they're going to say, no. Let's get a better look at these two right here. Look at that. Get a close-up one. Look at them. Look at them. One is happy and one is frustrated right now. Who's happy? The one on the left is the Republican and the one on the right is the Democrat. He's sad. He was smiling, actually smiling when Virginia had gone through. California has been doing it for a while. So it seemed like this back and forth is going to just escalate even higher and higher. But, you know, it is what it is, you know, back to what we're saying here. It is what it is in this sense. And I used to hate that when I first heard that. But you know what, guys, I want to make sure I point out some more things that's going on with this here. The court said that this map, I want to sure if you can get a map, a full view of the map here. Oh, that's a perfect view right there. Look at this right here. It says just now the President Trump calls Hakeem Jeffries to be removed from office immediately. Absolutely agree. Do you or do you not right there? And that's right. Look at that right there. Look at that picture. Wow. Look at that profile right there. Oh, that's another photo there. Look at that photo. Right there. Look at that look. Yes. Look at that look. Yes. I want to be Obama, but I can't. That's okay. That's okay. Here we go. Here, let's take one more and see can I find another one here. That map right there, guys, that's the map I was talking about, the 20 seats right there. Yeah, it says here it says more than 20 seats that have already been redrawn and could be that that had shifted from the right as a result of the redistricting. That's right, guys. You see that there are 0 blue Democrats and then Republicans 22 right there. Yep. We're probably not going to flip all of them, but it's going to be a lot of them, guys. Now it's what they say toss-up is 435 total. But how many we got in toss-up now? 413 toss-ups. That's crazy. Let me see if you can go down a little bit more. I can see that little 413. Right there you go, right there. You see 413 right there? Well, it is what it is there. Yep, so that map right there is pretty interesting there. That's really going to really have some problems going on for the Democratic Party here. But I want you to know the key idea for the court that said this here, that it said the states need a very strong reason to use race in maps. A very strong reason. It said the Voting Rights Act does not clearly require 2 majority black districts. Wow. Wow. There's a lot of things here, guys. And why does it matter? Because give me to you why this matters more than anything, guys. With this, when you see this stuff going on like this, why it matters more than anything. When you see stuff like this going on, you realize that people are not happy. People on the Democratic side are really not happy. I really want to see how this play out also, though. But yep, it's going to be harder now. Maybe now it's going to be harder to challenge unfair voting maps. People must prove that that there was intentional discrimination. How can you do that? That is just unfair results. One judge warned, though, I want to make sure here's it. One judge warned this could weaken voting rights protection. Only one judge said that. Out of all of them, said it could weaken the Voting Rights Protection Act. But, what happened after? Donald Trump reacted strongly. He called for Hakeem Jeffries to be impeached. And Jeffries said the court is illegitimate. Who in their right mind would say that unless they're trying to get rid of it or pack the courts, the Supreme Court? And it looks like they might be trying to pack it if they get in charge again.